Hello, my wonderful artists. Let's do our art elements chant. Lines up. 3, 2, 1. Lines, lines, lines. Shape, color, texture, form, space, value. Now let's see what we're making today. Today's art project is a directed drawing of a turtle. Did you know that Townsend Early Childhood Center's mascot is a turtle? Today we're going to use the element of line to make texture. To draw our tech turtles, we're going to need pencil, eraser, and whatever you want to color with. I used markers and crayons. Start right here towards the bottom of our paper, and we're going to start with a turtle shell, which looks like a rainbow. One of my favorite lines. Make a curved arch that goes all the way to the top of your paper and then back down. Then close it at the bottom. This is a semicircle. Next, we're going to start with the turtle's head. So we need a round shape sticking out of its shell. Notice how I'm sketching. Sketching is an art technique. If you draw a bunch of light lines until you come up with the line that you want, that's called sketching. Now I've added the turtle's neck. Don't forget, if your turtle looks different than mine, that's okay. We're all artists and we all make different art. A turtle shell has a bumpy texture. So I'm drawing lots of short lines all in a row to make the bottom of its shell look like it has a bumpy texture. Now we're going to add legs to our turtle. Turtles have 4 legs. I'm going to use big rectangles for my turtle's leg because I want it to be strong and able to carry this heavy shell. Turtle also has big nails, so I'm going to draw more arches, these are smaller arches, along the bottom rectangle of my turtle's foot. Don't forget, if I'm going too fast, you can always pause the video and look at the lines I've used and draw on your own. Then play the video for the rest of it. Now I'm adding the 2 back legs to my turtle. You can't see all of these legs because they're on the other side of the turtle. Our turtle needs a little tail, like a little curved triangle. And how about a face? Decide how you want your turtle's face to look. Do you want him to be silly, or happy, or mad? I'm going to give my turtle cartoon eyes. I think it'll look cute. And a big old smile, because he's happy to be here. Now, to make our drawing show up better, I'm going to outline everything that I just drew with a black marker. This makes our lines nice and bold. You need to ask a grown-up if you're going to use a Sharpie at home to see if it's okay. If you don't have a Sharpie, no worries. You can leave your lines as pencil lines, or you can outline with something else, like a crayon. You can use whatever you have at home to make your turtle. Now it's time to add texture to the turtle's shell. I am going to use some long lines to break up the turtle's shell so I have lots of different spaces to draw in. Don't make these spaces too small because it'll be too hard to draw in those. Now, here's the fun part. You get to use your creative mind muscles and come up with your own texture to draw. You can use lines or shapes or patterns to draw texture on your turtle shell. It doesn't need to look just like mine. Be creative and come up with your own lines and shapes for texture patterns. I'm using zigzags here to make this part of the shell look like it's cracked. Up there at the top, I used dots to make it look bumpy, and then lines to make it look bumpy. Think about how the turtle shell would feel if you touched it with your hand. These look like scales, like you would see on a fish or a snake. To make these scales, I used more arches, all in a row. You could practice and come up with different kinds of textures to add to your turtle. Have fun with it. Now I'm just going back and cleaning up some of the lines that I drew earlier. I'm going to use lines, but in a different way for this part. How about cross-hatching lines like that? All right, one left. What texture should I add to my final space? How about I know. Ridges. Let's add something to make these turtles really special. If you have any empty space in the background, you could write the initials for your school. Tech. TECC. Townsend Early Childhood Center. If you need to, pause the video so you can copy off of my letters. When you're all done, you can make a box around each one of your letters without touching your pencil line. And that is how you make block letters. Look at that. This might be a skill you have to practice before putting it on your drawing. Don't get frustrated if it doesn't turn out right the first time. Just keep trying. You'll get it. Now, as always, when I outline with my marker, I'm going to erase my pencil lines so they don't show up on my drawing. This is just something you can do extra to make your drawing look even better. And here we are, finished with our turtle filled with awesome texture. And here's a mask option for my friends who are joining us in the building. Have fun!